but tourism to the U.S. is on the decline. The U.S. is set to lose $12.5 billion because of it. Traveler spending here is already down 22.5%. That's from last year, and it may only get worse.
America, the country that once bragged about being the world's #1 travel destination, is now facing a stunning reversal. Tourists aren't just slowing down, they're flat out seeping us. Empty airplanes, canceled Disney vacations, hotels bleeding money. What was supposed to be a tourism boom in 2025 has turned into an economic nightmare. Think about it. While 183 other countries are watching international travel rebound after the pandemic, the United States stands completely alone, the only major nation seeing a collapse in tourism. That means billions of dollars lost, thousands of jobs gone, and entire communities that depend on visitors fighting for survival. So the question is simple. How did the world's most visited country become the place people are now avoiding? Walk with me as we uncover the numbers, the policies, and the human stories behind America's shocking tourism collapse. The numbers tell a story of freefall. In July, Canadian visits to the United States plunged 37% compared to last year. Year to date, they're down more than 25%. And remember, Canada isn't just a neighbor. It's America's single largest source of tourists. It doesn't stop there. International spending from overseas visitors is projected to crash from $181 billion in 2024 to just $169 billion this year. That's a $12.5 billion loss in a single year, more than the GDP of some entire countries. And here's the kicker. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, America is the only nation out of 184 they studied that will see tourism spending actually decline. Everyone else is rebounding. This isn't just a dip. It's a historic collapse in progress. Millions of empty hotel rooms, canceled restaurant reservations, tour buses sitting idle. The industry that was supposed to showcase America to the world is now becoming a flashing warning sign of decline. Here's the shocking part. It's not that people suddenly stopped wanting to see the Grand Canyon, Times Square, or Disney World. The desire to visit America is still there. What's changed is how hard, expensive, and unwelcoming we've made the experience. Start with visas. By October 2025, the U.S. will slap international visitors with a $250 visa integrity fee on top of existing costs, pushing the total price of a visitor visa to $442. That's among the highest in the world. Imagine spending nearly $500 just for permission to enter, before you even buy the plane ticket, hotel room, or theme park pass. Meanwhile, other countries are rolling out the red carpet, simplifying visas, lowering fees, and actively advertising to tourists. But it's not just about money. Immigration policies, political rhetoric, and constant news about travel restrictions have left potential visitors feeling unwelcome. Many travelers now describe the U.S. as hostile, stressful, or not worth the hassle. The numbers back it up. Millions are choosing Europe, Mexico, and South America instead. This isn't a problem of demand. People still want the American experience. It's America itself that's pushing them away. When tourists stop coming, the damage spreads like wildfire. Hotels that once operated at full capacity now face entire floors sitting empty. Restaurants that relied on international visitors are canceling shifts and cutting staff. Tour buses sit parked, collecting dust. This isn't just about a few canceled vacations. It's billions of dollars vanishing from local economies. Take Canada as an example. In 2024, Canadian tourists generated more than $20 billion in U.S. spending and supported around 140,000 American jobs. Economists estimate that even a 10% drop in Canadian visits wipes out about 14,000 jobs. The current decline is already triple that, meaning tens of thousands of American workers are at risk. And it's not just border towns. New York City has cut its 2025 projections by 400,000 tourists, a $4 billion revenue loss. Las Vegas reported an 8% drop in visitors through July. Businesses along the Canadian border have seen revenues fall by nearly half. Imagine losing 49% of your customers overnight. How long could you survive? This isn't a local problem. It's a national economic crisis, and the ripple effects are spreading fast. Here's the brutal truth. The money isn't disappearing, it's just going somewhere else. While America is busy putting up barriers, our competitors are rolling out the welcome mat. Take Air Canada. Instead of adding more flights to U.S. destinations, they're cutting routes and downsizing planes. At the same time, they've launched 28 new international routes to Europe, the Caribbean, and South America. Translation: tourists are still flying, just not here. Mexico is booming with record-breaking visitor numbers thanks to easier entry rules and friendlier policies. European countries are aggressively courting long-haul travelers, offering streamlined visas and even tax rebates for shopping. The Caribbean is marketing itself as a stress-free alternative to the U.S., with lower costs and no political drama. And that's the irony. America still has the most famous attractions on Earth: New York City, Disney World, the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas. But while other nations are saying welcome, the U.S. is effectively saying closed. The result? Billions of dollars in tourism spending are being redirected into the pockets of our competitors. America isn't losing tourists because the world doesn't want us. We're losing them because we're handing them away on a silver platter. If you think this collapse is just a short-term dip, think again. Tourism experts warn the damage could linger for years, maybe the rest of the decade. Once a country gets a reputation for being expensive, unfriendly, or a hassle, travelers don't come rushing back. Tourism Economics now predicts international arrivals to the U.S. will fall another 8.2% in 2026, and the recovery might not arrive until 2029, 3 years later than originally expected. That's not a slump, that's half a decade of lost jobs, lost revenue, and lost opportunity. And here's the nightmare scenario. America is about to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup and the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Global events that should be tourism jackpots. Instead, they could become PR disasters if fans decide it's too expensive, too complicated, or too unwelcoming to make the trip. Imagine the headlines of stadiums are filled with empty seats because people chose to watch from home rather than deal with America's red tape. The clock is ticking. If America doesn't reverse course soon, what should have been our tourism boom could turn into a lost decade, and the world won't wait around for us to fix it. America's tourism collapse isn't about a lack of interest. The world still wants to see Times Square, Disney World, the Grand Canyon, and Las Vegas. The problem is us. High visa fees, hostile rhetoric, and endless red tape are turning the United States from the dream destination into the one place people are actively avoiding. And make no mistake, this isn't just a travel industry story. It's an economic story. Every canceled trip means fewer restaurant tips, fewer hotel bookings, fewer Broadway tickets, and fewer jobs. From New York to Nevada, border towns to big cities, the fallout is already here. The most frustrating part? It's completely self-inflicted. While our competitors welcome tourists with open arms, America is busy slamming the door. And once the reputation sets in, it could take years to undo. So here's the real question. Is this the America we want? A country so focused on keeping people out that it ends up bankrupting its own future.